everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I'm here with HypnoBiz, and we are starting our presenter interviews for HypnoBiz Australia. Myself and my partner, Helen Midas. HypnoBiz Australia is March 14th and 15th, 2020 in the beautiful Gold Coast of Australia. And one of our presenters is Rob de Groof. Thank you so much for joining me, Rob.
Hello.
I must say, you're one of my favorite people. You're in the HypnoBiz family. You spoke at HypnoBiz New York. Now you're going to HypnoBiz Australia. So what made you want to go to HypnoBiz Australia? And have you been to Australia before?
No. It's the very first time I'm going to Australia. Australia was on my bucket list of countries to visit. And when I got the news about HypnoBiz Australia, I was, for me, it's of course, it's a very long trip to Australia. So first I want to find out if I can do some extra trainings while in Australia. So I found some people who are wanting to host me in Australia. So now it will be a tour starting in Dubai. From Dubai, I go to Australia, do HypnoBiz, and then I start traveling in Australia to do some more training. So it's actually the beginning of my Australian tour will be HypnoBiz Australia.
This is so exciting, and I feel the exact same way. Australia has been on my bucket list for so long. So the fact that, you know, we have HypnoBiz Australia, it's like the perfect opportunity for me to explore as well. You know, I have friends that have gone there, and they just said absolutely amazing things about, you know, Australia, about the people of Australia, the sites, how it's just really incredible. So I am so happy that we get to experience it together, both of us
I'm
for
really
the first
looking
time.
forward as well to visit Australia and to explore the country. And there's so many things that I want to see in Australia. So probably I'm not going to have enough time to see whatever I want to see because I have to work also every weekend. But then maybe we can go back next time and then do an extra New Zealand together with it. So we will see.
Exactly. Let's make the most of it. You know, I have some tours lined up, as you know, of course, as well as working at the conference, but I also have some tours lined up, and I literally can't wait. I'm just counting down the days to visit this beautiful country. So tell everyone what you're speaking about in Australia, and you're doing a post-conference workshop.
So I'm going to speak about symbology. That's actually one of the techniques that Jeffrey Stevens developed, my mentor. So the symbology, it's a technique that I normally I teach it here in the Jeffrey Stevens Advanced Training, but now I'm creating this one-day training with three extra techniques. Black room symbology and the in the zone protocol. So in Australia, I'm going to talk about the symbology. Symbology is actually a technique that you can use when you have a client that has difficulties to explain what the actual problem is. So when I use my Jeffrey Stevens protocol, I really want to know what the problem is. But when the client can't describe it, or when it's like a story of different problems, then I'm going to use symbology, because there the subconscious mind will get a symbol for the problem, and then we will change this to a better symbol. And the good thing of symbology is that you can give your client some resources that they can use later. So whenever they have the feeling that they need some extra, they can go to their sanctuary, and then they can get the resources back. So that's symbology. I'm going to do a post-conference training, a one-day training on instant induction. So actually, I'm going to teach as many inductions as we can on one day. I did the same training here in Belgium the weekend before I left for Las Vegas to go to Hypnotherapists, and we were doing like 20. I learned them 20 inductions, so they were going in and out of hypnosis. So at the end, I really had to do a group session to get them out back, to send them on the road. They were like totally zoned out by going into hypnosis, but they learned so many different, all instant inductions, all really fast and powerful inductions, inductions to use in the therapy room, inductions to use for street hypnosis, induction you can use for stage hypnosis, and most of them you can use on the three different platforms. So
I love what you're teaching. And I just have to make a side note that at HypnoBiz New York, you taught the Jeffrey Stevens protocol. And my friend and partner, Joanne Eady, she said she uses it with her clients all the time to tremendous success. I just want to just give you a shout out for that. Like, she loves that Jeffrey Stevens protocol.
Yeah, she asked me to do the training at HypnoBiz Canada, but this year I'm hosting Michal Cieslakowski here in my place in Belgium. So I agreed with Joanne that we are going to do the training next year for HypnoBiz Canada. So then I will be there, and I will combine it with going to a Chicago conference. So then I will do my trip a bit different. So that's I saw her at Hypnothoughts, and again she was telling how much she liked the protocol, how much she's using the protocol, and how good the successes are that she has with the protocol. So
yeah, I
that's
mean,
very
your
good.
mentor was excellent because what you're teaching, what you're continuing to teach, continuing the legacy, it actually works. So for the people that are watching, trust me, you want to do the training with Rob de Groof. It actually works. Your clients will notice a difference. You will see the difference in your clients. And again, that's how referrals start, right? When you do great work for your clients, they tell everybody, you're satisfied, they are satisfied. And I think it's so great that, the symbology like that you were talking about is that if your client has the issue and they put the symbol on it, but then you bring them, to a different symbol and then the safe house and all that, that is very, very effective. It's almost like the NLP technique where you're changing the shape or the colors or things like this, but this sounds way more in depth.
This is more in depth, more intense. And the good thing is that they keep the resource whenever they want to change something or they need some extra, they can go back. And one of the other good things of this symbology technique is that if your client has difficulties or they just don't want to tell what the problem is, you actually don't need to know what the problem is. You just can say, okay, ask your subconscious mind for a symbol that represents this issue or this feeling or whatever you have. And so you can use it also for clients who don't want to say or don't want to tell what the problem is. Also for PTSD, it's a very good system for PTSD. Jeffrey was using it in the United States many times with military people, veterans. So for PTSD and with great success, and it's a very fast protocol. It's not a long session. It's you can even do it without a formal induction. I always use a formal induction. I'm a hypnotist. I like a good induction. Some deepeners. I want people to be hypnotized. But even if you're a coach or a therapist, and then sometimes you can't use hypnosis, then you can use this protocol. You can use symbology. So if there are people outside in Australia there, they say maybe I can't use the word hypnosis all the time. Then still you can use symbology. Just say close your eyes, relax a bit, and ask your subconscious mind for a symbol, and then we're on. So during that, I think it's a 50-minute talk. I'm going to explain as much as I can about symbology. And that's what we're going to do in Australia.
And I love your post-conference workshop, which is the fast inductions. I know so many hypnotists, including myself, that were trained in those long, inductions, progressive, relaxation and all these other things. But to have something quick for your clients, so you're putting them in the trance right away, so you don't have to do 10 or 15 minutes of a progressive relaxation. That's so much better because then you can get down to the work and you're not wasting so much time on the induction.
Yeah, that's what I like. I never used the long inductions. I'm always using instant inductions. Of course, I have a history in stage hypnosis, street hypnosis, and of course there you use always those fast and powerful inductions. So the reason why I teach like 18 or 20 inductions, depending on how much we can put in one day, is that you need some different types of inductions in your toolbox, because sometimes you have a client who you can't use a shock induction with, maybe somebody who has a whiplash or somebody who is very pregnant, and you don't want to to have a childbirth in
Yeah.
your therapy room. So then you have to do maybe a confusion induction without a shock, and that's why I teach all these different types of fast and powerful inductions. And I'm really sure it's going to be it's the Monday after the convention, so everybody's going to be a bit tired, but after that day they will be full of energy because they're going in hypnosis and out hypnosis so many times, and they will also have confidence because they're going to learn. I'm going to learn the inductions. I'm going to demonstrate them. Then they will practice them one or two times with the fellow students. And everybody will also receive access to the online training. So I have an online training on, and there are 22 inductions on, so they can review whatever they learn on that post-conference training day. They can review it. I will demonstrate the inductions online, and I give some extra tips, so they can always go online and access the online training. So that's something they will get as an extra for that training.
Wow, that is really incredible. I did not know you were giving away this bonus. I mean, that alone should tell you guys to just sign up right now. So not only will he teach you the 22 inductions or 18, however many you have time for, but you'll also have access to the online training so you can watch it again or learn some more and practice. This is so great. So for everybody that's watching, again, HypnoBiz Australia, March 14th and 15th in the Gold Coast of Australia, the beautiful Gold Coast. I mean, you guys got to see this hotel. It's right at the beach. It's so beautiful. It's so lovely. Robert's going to be there. He's going to teach you the symbology technique. He's going to teach you fast inductions. It's going to be 50 plus presenters from all over the world representing, I think, 3 or 4 continents. I mean, Europe, the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Dubai. So you guys definitely want to get your ticket. The early bird registration is now. You don't want to get shut out and have to pay $200 extra. So I'll put the website on the screen. It's HypnoBizAustralia.com. Thank you so much for joining me today, Rob. You know, you're one of my favorite people. You and your wife are just so lovely and pleasant to be around. And I'm just so happy you're Team HypnoBiz. You're part of the HypnoBiz family.
Yeah, New York was lovely. So I'm really looking forward for Australia, and then next year also for Canada. So then and also the one in Amsterdam. So there's going to be so many HypnoBizes all around the world. So.
I know, Team HypnoBiz. And the great thing about HypnoBiz Europe is right in your backyard. So come on.
I can drive to that one. That's no jet lag. Ooh, great.
and you speak the language.
And I speak the language. Well, I will guess the conference will be in English, of course, but yeah, I can I speak the same language as in the Netherlands. That's right. Well.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. You like this video, give us a like, give us a heart, leave a comment, share it with your friends. HypnoBiz Australia is going down again, March 14th and 15th, 2020 in the Gold Coast. We'll see you then. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you there.